I'm Jonathan Frakes, Commander Riker from Star Trek The Next Generation, here to introduce 5'2", incredibly adorable, the Southern Mother of Dragons, Mayim Zadi.
Hey, everybody! I am so incredibly glad to have you all back. I am here with my co-host Chris. Say hello like you're not under duress.
Greetings and salutations to you from me and all my people.
Who are your people?
Do you want a good greeting or not?
And our special guest, Zach.
Hello.
Oh, God.
It's not like you're reading cue cards or anything.
Please, someone help me. Please get me out of here.
I'm in a weird basement that Chris made.
Hung Christmas lights. It's very festive.
It's damp.
It's a basement. Okay, like the upstairs is damp
Why
too.
is it damp?
The upstairs is damp. It's the South. It's muggy.
Why? Why is it
Goodbye,
damp?
horses. The Magnificent Trio is here to talk to you about the next film in the Alien franchise timeline, which is Alien. And it's iconic. It's an amazing film. It withstands the test of time tremendously.
So, remember the good old Covenant?
Yes.
Well, that was in 2103. 3 years after that, the Civil War broke out.
The outer rim will rise again.
Just stay down. North beat your ass once, we'll do it again.
I'm neutral. I'm out.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Look, it was a 2-year conflict. The planet is reinstated into the United American colonies. Over 15,000 lives are lost. In the wake of these conflicts, the Union of Progressive Peoples is formed. The Union of Progressive Peoples is actually another government that is opposed to like the colonial marines and stuff like that.
Sounds woke.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, shut up. We don't have time for that.
They don't
We don't
support
have
the
time
troops.
for present day.
They got progressive in the
Can you
title.
not?
They're woke.
We were gonna be at the time when this was made, the Russian equivalent.
Yep, see, they're communists. Woke.
Very much communist.
So 15,000 lost, and it was about 2 years.
Yeah. In 2121, a commercial towing vehicle USCSS Nostromo departs status for Earth. For reasons unknown, the Nostromo sets down on LV-426, subsequently resumes course until the engines are set to overload by the ship's third officer, again, for reasons unknown. That little brief thing I just said is the summary of what happened to the crew of the Nostromo, basically. What could have happened? Well, I'm going to take you to a little part of the galaxy called Zeta 2 Reticuli system. That is not a place any of you want to go.
It just sounds like a place I don't want to go because it's reticuli. I just feel like it's something creepy crawly.
It sounds like the red light district of the galaxy to me. It sounded very fetishy.
It's the red light district?
Oh my god, guys, come on.
You keep trying to get pictures of my reticuli, you weirdo.
So?
Oh my god. Okay, do you guys want to know about the Zeta Reticuli system, first of all?
Can you give us a little bit? Because, I mean, it does sound creepy.
Just a tip.
Zeta Reticuli lay beyond the bound areas of known space just 4 decades ago. Since then, the United American frontier has expanded to engulf the binary stars. Sadly, the Zeta Reticuli system has been a reoccurring site of tragedy and misfortune. It is here that humanity has had its first recorded encounters with both chemical A0-3959X.91-15 and Xenomorph XX121.
What chemical is that? Is that the black goo?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so not a lot of fun stuff there.
No. 2 colonies and several starships lost here.
It's crazy because everything about that's dangerous. The black goo, xenomorphs, any kind of morph. What's so weird is, like, it comes down to human selfishness and corporate greed.
100% corporate greed. You could write books on this whole area of why corporate greed killed all these people.
Well, it's fascinating, and it's incredible that the concept of all of this was created in the 70s,
Mm-hmm.
and it still holds so damn well.
LV-426, Acheron. Now, fun fact, they named the planet Acheron because when it becomes a colony, people want to go to a place that has a name and not just a designation number. So Acheron is what it was called.
Okay.
Now, do you guys know where the name Acheron comes from?
Sounds Greek, possibly.
That's actually very good. It is Greek. It's a river in Greek mythology.
Damn. Good job, Chris.
I only know Styx.
Wait, what did you say again?
I said the only river I know in Greek mythology is Styx because they had like a lot of great hits.
Oh my god. Shut up. No, but Acheron is actually one of the 5 rivers of the underworld, and it's associated with sorrow and pain. The USC SS Nostromo touched down on LV-426 in response to an unknown distress call.
So at this point, if somebody hadn't seen it, you find out what cryo sleep is, which is a kind of, at that time, had to be a rare concept.
It really was, I think, a rare concept because people used to look at space and everything, like with Star Trek and everything, and it was like, and old sci-fi films, you just kind of go into space, and it's like no different than, going on a boat and going to a destination.
Yeah.
But nobody took into consideration, like, realistically, how long it would take to get from these places, and if they would have enough plies to even get there and come back.
That's a good point. Because they just focused on speed in other franchises. They would just say, all right, we'll go faster. But you're right. I mean, if we look at it scientifically, it's a long way from one galaxy to another. And we find out that the cryopods, they go to sleep and they can be asleep for years. I don't know the limit, but I know they can go in those and go to sleep for quite some time.
Interesting side note, George R. R. Martin wrote a sci-fi story where there was a war going on, and there was this married couple that were injured in the battle, and they patched them up and put them in cryo sleep in these little pods, just like an alien, and sent them back to Earth. Except for the woman wakes up like 50 years later and realizes they got the shipping label wrong and sent her to like the opposite side of the galaxy. So when she wakes up, she doesn't know where her husband is and what happened. And if he got sent to Earth, he's already lived a full life without her. And so she just has to move on.
I mean, that does end up happening to our main character.
Zach, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are kind of getting an idea. We know these people have been asleep.
Mm-hmm.
You get the feeling just through conversation throughout this movie, even though it's not explicitly said in great detail, you get the feeling that the place where these people are from is not a great place. It's just a vibe you get, and people are kind of like, they're irritable and they're very interested in anything of like monetary value they might find. And it just kind of gives you the idea that like it's a hard life.
Well, it really is, because it actually reflects on our own lives and everything. Basically, this isn't like a scientist team or a group of soldiers we're going to be following, or even colonists. We're following basically space truckers in the first Alien film. They're just hauling cargo from one side of the galaxy back to Earth. That took a long time. Like, missions could take like 2 years just to haul one cargo from one end to the other.
That's actually a really great point. Most of the time, this is sci-fi. You're right. You're going to have scientists, or it's going to be sort of like military. These are regular working class people.
Yeah, I mean, their crew basically consists of just like a few warrant officers, a captain, just like 2 engineers, and just 1 scientist officer.
Yeah, out of necessity.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think that's really cool too. There's just a lot about this that was really groundbreaking for the time, and I've loved it since I was a kid. I probably saw it way too young, but I'm glad I did.
Once again, the working class is crushed beneath the boot of the capitalist pig dogs.
The older I get, the more I can relate with a lot of these people, even in these films, old as this. And it kind
Yes.
of goes to show that, time may have gone by, but everything's pretty much the same.
Yeah, because this isn't Star Trek. There's no United Federation of Planets, and there's no massive amount of peace everywhere. Even though it's not all like that in Star Trek, but we don't start off like that at all. You get the feeling that there's been a lot that's gone on, and not everybody's on Earth, and it's a hard life.
They are exploiting the fact that they can make these technologies and you need to use them because resources on Earth are finite.
Yes.
They're very limited right now, but now they're getting into colonization and mining asteroids and everything. And these companies take full on advantage of that. It makes the government almost like obsolete at some point.
Thankfully, we
Well,
don't have that anymore either.
yeah. Look, we'll get more into this when we talk about Romulus, but I enjoyed that because it gave us some very obvious like images of how damn
Romulus.
dank it is.
Romulus was such a good movie.
I really like the fact that it showed how shitty it is. Because you hear about it and then you see it and you're like, God, no wonder these people are willing to do all these things and sleep for 14 years. I mean, it's because it's bleak.
It did world building really well, I think.
I totally agree. And I'm glad they made it. Okay, so we have Weyland-Yutani.
Yes, we do have Weyland-Yutani. Weyland-Yutani is in full effect. Should we name off the crew?
Yeah, please.
Roll call.
The ship's captain, Arthur Dallas.
Here.
Thank you, Dallas. Thank you. We have the executive officer, Thomas Kane.
Here.
We have warrant officer, Ellen Ripley.
Present.
We have science officer, Ash.
Here, and I'm definitely human.
Weird thing to say, but I'll allow it. Navigation officer, Joanne Lambert.
Who is canonically trans.
Hey, yeah, that's right.
Is she?
Yes.
Yeah, Chris told me.
It's in the movie. I think Ash starts going over the files on the computer, and it says like there seems to be no issues with the gender reassignment surgery or something like that.
This is groundbreaking, and we're talking about the 70s.
This movie was ahead of its time. Way ahead.
Way.
Okay, let's finish the roll call, though.
Yep.
We have Dennis Parker, chief engineer, and Samuel Brett, engineering technician. And lastly, Jonesy, the ship's cat.
Meow.
Yep, there you are.
You almost get a vibe from everybody that there's a lack of attachment, and probably out of necessity because it's such a hard life.
I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, you have world building like right off the bat. Honestly, even the lighting that you have on the ship, I mean, it's dark, it's very gritty. We're not talking about like a beautiful starship or anything like that. This is functional. You don't even have symmetry on the outside of the ship that you see in other franchises. It's like, okay, this was made to do a task, not to be pretty.
It's gritty. It's ugly. It's going to get the job done.
That's also a really good pickup line. It's not pretty, it's functional, but it'll get the job done.
Yeah, just cut that part.
We have the crew. Some of them kind of know each other. Some don't. How long have they been asleep?
If I remember correctly, it was like a year and a few months they were supposed to be asleep.
1 year, 6 months, 8 days, and 9 hours.
So almost 2 years.
Yep. And they wake up, and the ship's computer is called Mother, which we've heard before in the previous film. Do you know why they call the computer Mother, or is that just what it's called?
I know a behind the scenes reason.
What?
Because motherhood is a big theme of the Alien movie.
It's a multifaceted kind of meaning. It just adds layers, I think, to the story and the theme of Alien. It's through H.R. Geiger's designs and everything.
That's what's so damn horrific and creepy about it, is that this is something that grows inside of you. And the trippy thing is, it freaks everybody out. This isn't like, some kind of assault that only happens to like certain people or whatever. Nah. If you're human, yeah. You can have one.
But but Mother, the AI, she's responsible for the ship's operations, ensuring the well-being of the crew.
Yeah, she's really advanced.
Do they just call her Mother, or is it like an acronym? MOTHER.
Oh, the MU-TH-UR 6000. Often referred to as Mother, is the name of the artificial intelligence mainframe that controls the USCSS Nostromo. It is a 2.1 terabyte AI that serves as the ship's central computer. Mother's primary directive is to protect the company's interests, which can conflict with the crew's survival.
And Chris is correct. She is called Mother because she is MU/TH/UR 6000. But also, like what you said, Zach, it's because she is there to protect and nurture and look after the crew.
I like that when I read it just a little bit ago, but like a womb, which really goes against what it actually is.
Mm-hmm.
This bitch is trying to kill us. But the ship itself, it's a M-class commercial towing vehicle.
Mother was a 2.1 terabyte AI mainframe.
That was a lot of memory back then.
Isn't that crazy?
My gaming desktop can hold more in it than this thing.
Oh, that's so cool. So we have the computer system, we have the ship, we have the crew. And Zach, what's their mission? What are they doing?
On next episode of Space Road Truckers.
And now we got the Nostromo. It's departing from Thetis to Earth. It's got all kinds of minerals on it, and they're hauling ass as fast as they can. They got a journey of like 1 year and 6 months and whatever gibberish you said before, but they are going. Wait, what? Oh my god! They got the stress signal. Wake these fuckers up!
Wake
It's
up,
basically it.
you big mother truckers.
Oh,
Looks
God.
like these Stromos ain't out of the woods yet.
So, Mother detects a transmission from a nearby planetoid. She wakes everybody up because, interesting enough, it's company policy to investigate transmissions indicating intelligent life. Foreshadowing. Foreshadowing. Because, like, if you're thinking about it, like, wait a minute. Hey, these are like space truckers. Why is that company policy?
Unknown.
Exactly. Because this is not Star Trek. They're not investigating intelligent life because they're want to make peace and whatever the hell. No, that's not why. It's way darker than that. But I just wanted to mention that really quick.
You would think that would be like a universal policy, like for everyone on the planet. Like that would be like their, like whatever laws they had set in place. Like because you think like if we were colonizing space now, we're like we're doing stuff on the moon, we're doing stuff on Mars, we're extending further than that. You would think it would be a universal like law to be like, hey, like if you get a weird, strange signal that's from like something potentially alien, I wouldn't say we would have laws where you have to investigate, but we'd be like, make a note of that. Like, let somebody know, because like that's something we like the whole planet would be interested in.
Well, and the company probably puts it forth like that.
That is like pretty weird as it is, because you'd think you would want scientists or people that like specialize in certain areas, not sitting in like the D team.
It's corporate greed.
They're groggy space truckers, okay? They'll be really good at like being ambassadors.
Yeah, they'll be fine. Okay, so because of that, they have to go investigate.
Yeah, because when they woke up, they did all checks and stuff because they thought they were supposed to, after they left Thetis, head back to Earth. That was it. So they were getting ready to like unload their cargo and everything, and they were checking the star system, and they realized it's not their system. Where the hell are they? Find out they're in Z2 Reticuli system, and then they find out the distress signal. So Dallas, after talking with Mother, tells them and stuff, and now they're going. They are basically unhooking their cargo and leaving it in orbit and taking the Stromo and going to land there.
You would think they left Earth, went to wherever it is, and they come back the same way. Like, why didn't they encounter this message on the way there as opposed to the way back? The shortest distance between 2 points would be a straight line. Considering you don't detour traffic or anything, like you just straight there, straight back both times. I was just curious if anyone had any theories about that.
I'm thinking between the Nostromo going out there and coming back, or even before then, they were sent like that for this particular reason.
Ooh.
And that is why Ash, who no one knows is a synthetic android, was placed on this mission. I think this was all like a deep cover kind of thing for Ash, all just to get close to whatever the company wanted. It's a Xenomorph. They want it. And I think we'll find out more from that new show that's coming out.
Oh, man, I hope so. And it would make sense for them to check it out on the way back, because they've already done what they were supposed to do.
Exactly.
Or now that I think about it, they could have been going to a different colony or something, and then like they left Earth, went to like a colony, did some like loading and unloading there, and then on their way from the colony, they could have went to wherever it was they were doing the mining, and then from there they could have gone back there. So like they could have like gone the long way around based on destinations. I just don't remember if colonies were a thing at this point.
Well, colonies were a thing at this point. They just weren't more established after like the time jump we go through from Alien to Aliens. And they actually had a straight trip because they were on a deadline and schedule and everything. But the company, they could like fudge the numbers a little bit just to hide their actual intent.
Oh yeah, the company's shady as hell.
But I don't know, it's only a theory.
I go with that because above anything, they already know.
Yeah.
And they're willing to do almost anything to get their hands on it.
We were thinking that the company had, like, for any deep space missions, they would always have a synthetic on board pretending to be human on the off chance they encountered something. But as we rewatched it, that wasn't the case. But for the longest time, that's what I thought why Ash was there, is because he was just always part of the crew. And it just turns out he was a synthetic. But after we watched it, it was like, oh no, like he was a last minute addition. They knew something was up. He had like, a mission and like parameters he had to
Yep.
follow, protocol, like make sure this, and this. So I'm just curious about that because it's never really explained or explored.
It's never stated, actually.
I was always under the impression that it was a distress beacon.
It is.
What was I confused on? Because I was thinking it was like an SOS or something.
Because they couldn't, like, decipher the language. Ripley takes a longer look at it, and it looks more like a warning.
Yeah, that's the
than
thing.
an
I
SOS.
always thought it was like an SOS beacon, like a call for help, whereas it was a warning.
They go down to the surface, and the ship's actually damaged.
They had a rough landing, and they're going to be there for a little bit. They actually are on it for like a day or two.
The planet is so weird.
Like eternal twilight and nighttime. This is what I kind of picture hell. I don't picture hell as fire and brimstone. I feel hell is cold and alone.
Well, that is what this place is. And what's so damn fascinating is I don't think a lot of people realize the aesthetic that all of this has is because of Geiger. If you don't know who that is, look it up. Well, don't look it up if you're easily freaked out, because that man's artwork is some of the creepiest shit you'll see.
Well, according to Dante, actually, the ninth circle of hell is cold. It's the circle of hell reserved for traitors and mutineers.
Wait, Dante? Like 37?
In a row?
Please visit Girls Nerd Out on YouTube and Instagram for artwork, extra details about this topic, and to follow Amanda, Chris, and Zach on social media.
But I will have to say, this planet, it is a moon orbiting a gas giant. A very reoccurring theme. Halo is also has like an alien parasite, and it's also orbiting a gas giant. That's a little nod there to them.
Let's see, we have Dallas, Kane, and Lambert that discover the transmission is coming from a derelict alien spaceship.
Yeah, they have their spacesuits. Like, this planet is not breathable. The space truckers are more competent than the scientists and colonists. Those three are out there, and Ripley, Ash, Brett, and Parker are remaining back at the ship and everything. Brett and Parker are just trying to get it fixed. Fun thing is they just want more money once they get this all done as in a bonus or something.
Yep.
As we're watching the film, Ash is actually acts more human in the beginning of the film. And as the course of the movie goes on, he becomes less and less human.
That's so interesting.
As they're going through, they come across the space jockey's spaceship. And the interior and everything, it looks all bioengineered kind of style. Just the walls and everything. It looks almost like a skeleton of a ship.
That's the thing. And it looks familiar to us. Even if you don't know what it is, if you see it, you know it has something to do with this franchise, because it has the same patterns. It looks like tubing, sort of, and then you'll have like repetitive patterns, and then some parts will look organic, and then some parts will look very technology based, and then it'll meld together, and it creates just a whole aesthetic of uneasiness and dark. And am I looking at the inside of something, or am I looking at a computer system? I don't know. I'm not meant to know, because it just looks weird.
Biomechanical.
Yes. And that's another thing that makes it creepy, because you're not just looking at like boxes with lights that are flashing. You know, it's not like other sci-fi.
It's very alien.
The space jockey is massive. We've talked about that before.
He is double the size of the one of the engineers we've seen. and it's much older. Like, so much older.
Yeah, they
Like,
say it's fossilized.
it's fused to the seat. Like, you can't tell where the chair begins and his body ends.
What an insane thing to create back then. Like, it's so interesting. And I think a lot of people, watch Alien and, like, yeah, you get focused on the Xenomorph, but the space jockey is so interesting and such a cool thing they put in there. He's got a massive hole in his chest.
Oh my god, the warnings were all there for them. They
Mm-hmm.
were there. But
Yeah.
we, the audience, don't know the warnings either at this point in time because we've never seen anything like this. This is the first movie. We don't know. We don't know the warnings. We are just as unprepared as the truckers. Now, afterwards, we're kind of more prepared, but then it evolves even more in Aliens.
I would have loved
does.
to have seen what kind of xenomorph popped out of the space jockey's chest, considering how big he
Hell
is.
yeah.
Oh, there is a comic book about that, actually.
Yeah, no, Zach, you told me how big it was.
This thing was massive.
It was like 15 to 20 feet tall or something.
Yeah, and think about that. Like, I'm 5'2", so that's like 3 or 4 of me.
Oh, this thing actually was called the Jockey Xenomorph.
The jockey Xenomorph.
I tried looking it up. Pulled up a lot of things to do with like men's underwear.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
That's just because of your browser history, man. Mine's pulling up that. What are you looking at, Chris?
If you look at it, it's holding a synthetic.
Ooh. Yeah, it's like a baby's arm holding an apple.
Holy shit, that thing's massive.
Right.
It's more creepy than the actual Xenomorphs.
If you would like to see how creepy this thing is, please check out Girls Nerd Out Podcast on Instagram. I just did a plug. Shut up, Chris.
I ain't nobody saying nothing.
Ripley's listening to them, and they're describing what's going on. And Mother partially deciphers the transmission, and Ripley's like, oh, this is a warning beacon, not an SOS.
By the time they get there, they'll know if it's a warning or not, because they've lost communication with them.
Kane enters this, like, chamber, and there are hundreds of large eggs.
I want to point out, before you continue that, Amanda.
Yeah.
The fact that there was a hole over there leading to the eggs, that looked like it was melted a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. How?
There's one thing that they never touch about, except like in the comics, is what happened to the thing that came out?
Yeah.
Space shot. Did it just die, or was it still there?
Well, I wondered if it died because it had nothing to feed on.
It might have died, or just went into a cocoon state.
Oh shit.
Like, since they can like slow their metabolism down, can't they like hibernate for like extended periods of time if there's like no food source or something?
Very long time, or if they're trapped in space and they're just floating there in a cocoon.
So
you can throw one of these things out in space and it won't die.
So technically speaking, we could see the jockey morph in a future movie.
I would love that, honestly. I feel like there's so much potential even after Aliens for LV-426, because that ship is still there. It doesn't go up with the colony. It is miles away from the colony.
Oh, something could definitely happen because there's articles right now. I saw one yesterday that saying that since Romulus was so well received and people are loving Predator, Killer of Killers, that we're going to get a lot more.
I hope so. I'm really happy with the churn, because we were just getting letdown after letdown.
Yes.
I'm hoping it doesn't do the whole Disney route and everything, like with Star Wars and everything.
It doesn't feel like it.
No, it doesn't. And it seems like it's in good hands. The director who did Killer of Killers and Prey I applaud him. He gets it.
Well, that's all you need. The return to practical effects mixed in with the CGI is another thing I like a lot.
Yeah, because practical effects are so much cooler than
So much. And you get a lot of that here. So
there was no CGI in this film.
yeah, because the spaceships are like models, and then they actually built all this stuff.
It's the fact that everything they built still holds up to the day.
Yeah, which is incredible. Like, hats off to Ridley Scott, seriously.
Which is still rare for practical effects, because like there's some practical effects you could go back and watch, and it's like it all stands up. Like even today, it still looks better than anything you could CGI. But some you go back and look at, you're like, that didn't hold up very much.
Yeah, but I'd rather see bad practical effects than bad CGI, man. I'm tired of bad CGI.
Yeah.
Hey, it's called a chamber, and it's called a chamber for a damn reason. It's got hundreds of big ass eggs.
Thousands.
Oh shit! I thought it was okay. Thousands of big ass eggs that have been dormant for how long? Who knows? And he touches one because obviously that's what you're gonna do.
Eggs or something. But the blue light, that's what I found always interesting, that there was always this blue light hovering just above the eggs. Was it like a stasis? Was it preventing the eggs from hatching? Or was it just meant to keep them preserved? We don't know. We still don't know.
I still think it's interesting
Or
that
were they...
it had like a stasis field that was still active long after the driver had fossilized.
It's weird.
But we do see that blue light again, actually, in Romulus.
Oh.
Yeah, so is it the Xenomorphs that are kind of doing it? I don't know. Or is it just like a stasis field that they kind of replicated?
It looks like what is it, the bioluminescent type stuff. It doesn't always look mechanical. Some of it looks organic, which is probably intentional.
Yeah.
Well, so he touches one of the eggs, and a spider-like creature jumps out, penetrates his helmet, and attaches itself to his face.
It melted through the helmet, so it secretes acid from its body.
Okay, here's my question.
Yes.
All right, this is a facehugger.
Mm-hmm.
It melts through his helmet to get to his face.
Yes.
But it doesn't melt his face. So does that mean the damn facehugger can tell what it needs to get through?
It does.
Shit. That's awesome.
It could possibly see like a snake, like it registers body heat, and like maybe it can tell this is a foreign object. It's not giving off heat. I need to get through this to make it to the, Tootsie Roll center of the Tootsie Pop.
But how does it know that beneath that is something organic?
Body heat.
But in Romulus, actually, they say they can see the body heat. But Kane is face-hugged. First face hug that we see, movie-wise, ever.
He's unconscious, totally unconscious, and they rush to get him back. And Ripley, as she should, is refusing to allow them on board. Because she's like, hey, we have quarantine regulations. Specific regulations, meaning, hey, if you show back up and there is a spider creature on your face, I don't let you back in.
And that is probably one of the smartest things a character could do, is make sure they are isolated for 24 hours just to see if everything's okay. But we all know it doesn't happen.
It does remind you a bit of Vickers with her flamethrower. Like, you ain't getting on this damn ship.
At least she didn't open the door to tell them she can't let them in.
Yeah. And you're surprised because it's like, why is he doing this?
I thought he was a smart one. Wouldn't he want to follow protocol?
Exactly. And that's why you're puzzled. And so is Ripley. Because he's supposed to listen to her.
His name is Ash, so I think that's a dead giveaway that he wants to catch them all.
Oh my God. Okay. So, so Parker and Brett are still working on ship repairs, which is exactly what I would want to be doing. I wouldn't want to be dealing with this shit.
And his first try is to just pry it, one of the finger-like appendages off Kane's face. But then the tail starts to tighten around his neck to cut off his breathing. So it's willing to kill. You don't dare kill it. Or else it will kill what he's holding. But then they take a laser, basically, all intents and purposes, a laser scalpel, and they think, oh, we can slice this thing right off. Commence the acid.
Yep. You can't remove it physically because it'll strangle the host. And if you think you're going to cut the damn thing off, you're not, because it has acidic blood that proceeds to drip down, and it just goes through how many layers of the damn ship?
I think it stops at almost at the third.
And they're terrified because, I mean, like, if it had kept going, they're screwed.
Yeah, that hull breach, everyone dies.
Yep. And it's just eating through it like it's just nothing.
I think people don't understand that space pressure. Like, you get a hull breach, you can't just put your finger in it and plug it up.
Yeah, you get sucked out to space. You're gross. You're like not even you're just goo out in space. You're red goo instead of black goo.
Wasn't it Parker who asked, why don't you guys just freeze them? I mean, that actually would have been the smartest thing to do.
Yes, and I'm surprised Ash didn't say to do that.
Right?
But what fun would that be?
Maybe it's the limited knowledge they had.
Probably.
Or who knows? We'll never really...
Well, Ash has curiosity.
I'd be worried that the creature would freeze, but the acid wouldn't. And like if its cells started crystallizing, like they wouldn't be able to contain the acid and it would just drip through.
Can that happen?
Well, we don't
Possibly.
know because like I don't think anyone's ever tried to freeze a facehugger, of course.
Okay, I have beef.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ripley is real leery of all this, as she should be. The one thing that fascinates me is when they go in there to look at Kane, nobody has anything covering their face. And I'm like, look, if there's this spider thing that attached itself to this guy's face and I'm going in a room with it, I'm having something over my head.
They have rides.
Well, think about they know it melted through the helmet.
I know, but like, I'm sorry. I would just have to, even if I thought it was nothing. I don't even know if I go in there, man. Because they don't know that it's not going to jump off his face and, continue on. They don't know.
Well, all they do know is that it's feeding him oxygen.
Yes. It keeps him paralyzed and alive. Which is real gross.
But it's a tough little son of a bitch.
Yeah, it is. And it's all like goes all the way down his esophagus. It's just gross. And what is so weird is, and you're not expecting this because you're thinking this thing is going to just do weird shit. Well, it detaches itself and dies.
And they spent a good time trying to find it, and they just find it, it's dead. So they just start examining it, and they're like, okay, well, Ash just gonna look it over and everything, and Ripley starts to question Dallas about Ash and everything, and then you learn that he was just brought here like last minute.
Mm-hmm. Ripley's figuring out that it doesn't add up because why is Ash so curious, and why did he not follow protocol and all that? So she's already figuring out something's weird.
You also notice throughout the film that Ash is drinking the milk for all intents and purposes, his fluid stuff.
Okay, Chris.
Yes.
Ask about the stuff.
So, why would they design synthetics that can be stabbed, and if they bleed out, they just stop functioning? What is the purpose of that?
For one, to show that they're not human, kind of a dead giveaway. Synthetic liquid is kind of what keeps them like motorized, functioning and everything, and like preserved, basically. People with synthetics, they get very uncomfortable because they're not real people. They're machines. They might talk, have a personality, but still, it is a machine. And that brings into question about God and what is a soul, basically, it comes down to.
When you compare it to like robots from other franchises, like if you stab like a robot in the stomach in like Star Trek or something, like, or any of these other sci-fi, like it just kind of keeps going as long as a vital system isn't hit. But these seem to be designed where if they bleed out, they will cease to function. I was just wondering why they made them that way. Is that supposed to be a fail-safe to where if one goes rogue, you could just stab it or shoot it and it'll bleed out?
Yes, but they are still stronger than human beings. Like one synthetic could like choke out a human quite easily. The fail-safe for them is they cannot harm a human being. So it has to come down to programming. And if one android got loose and stuff, like, that could be dangerous for a lot of people.
They can have an order that can clash with that, and they're not actively hurting a human, but they are prioritizing something over human life, which I find interesting. Okay, so they think that old boy is fine. They find the facehugger, which it takes, like Zach said, it takes them a while to find it, and which kind of means that the damn thing fell off and then it kind of hit itself, which is gross. Is there a reason for that?
It's to make you think that it's still alive at first.
Yeah.
But when you find out that it's dead, you're kind of feeling like,
oh, it's okay.
Oh, okay, well, the danger's over. Everything's fine. He seems fine, just a little hungry and everything. But
oh yeah, he's hungry.
Yeah, but everyone is like,
We're
all
good.
right, back to business. Let's go back to sleep. They reconnect with the supplies, and they're going to have dinner just before they go back into cryo.
Because you have this feeling the first time you watch it, as when you realize it's dead, it's like, what did it do? What was it trying to do?
Yeah, but what you're worried about is that it's going to like come back to life and get somebody else. That's what you're thinking.
Yeah, you think maybe it's playing dead or whatever, but like, what was it trying to do with him? Did it eat him? Or was it feeding off of like his internal organs or something? But then he sits up and it's like, oh, well, seems to be perfectly fine. It's like, well, what was it trying to do?
You're thinking another one of these spider creatures is just going to pop out and do the same thing. But then even if it does, like, is it going to do the exact same thing? And
like, even if your mind goes to maybe it laid eggs inside him, you assume more facehuggers are going to come out, and then they're just going to latch on to the other people and lay more eggs for more facehuggers. You're not prepared for when the Xenomorph shows up. Because even if your mind goes that direction, you don't imagine the possibilities.
Well, Kane seems fine. He's just hungry, and they're all laughing and stuff and making jokes because they're eating a big meal before they go back into cryo. He starts to cough.
I would also like to point out that the whole face-hugging process and the whole gestation of the embryo takes longer in this movie than any of the others.
It does. It speeds up in other movies, like, instantaneously. But in this one, it's like the gestation and everything. It gives you time to, like,
think you're okay.
Yeah, but the thing with the gestation period has always been like unpredictable every time.
Yep.
There's no set time.
Well, if you want to, you could say it was a longer gestation because those eggs and those face huggers have been out there for so long.
You could, but even still, that's not really even shown in the next movie either. But actually, it goes into more detail in the book that I mentioned, River of Pain, and how long with Russell Jordan, Newt's dad, and how long it was him and everything, and it snowballs from there.
Damn. Well, he's not choking. Oh, they're patting him on the back. Then it gets worse. And it looks like he's having a seizure, basically. And so they're trying to, like, kind of hold him down.
They try to make him bite on something down so he doesn't bite his tongue off.
Yep. And you're thinking, oh my God, what is this? Like, he's seizing, what not? And then, like, there's all of a sudden you see, like, because he has on a white shirt and there's blood on his chest. And you're like, what the hell is that?
It's a sudden burst. And everyone is, like, momentarily stunned. And then he begins seizing it and seizing and seizing. And then all of a sudden you hear cracking of bones. And then just the screech of this creature coming out of his chest. And oh boy.
Interesting side note. If what I heard was true, the scene with the chestburster coming out, they didn't tell the actors that was going to happen for the scene, just so the looks of horror on their face are genuine.
Damn.
It is so cool that is the fact of what happened. It's also fun to know that this xenomorph in particular was named a big chap.
Really?
Yeah. Or the son of Cain, Cain's son.
Oh, damn. Okay, so it bursts out of his chest and it's like, eek! And it's so interesting when you finally know what the hell's going on. But Ash is like, don't hurt it.
Yeah, he's like, don't touch it, after Parker grabs a knife and he's gonna stab it. Speedy Gonzalez just skids away off the table.
It's fast, which is incredible that, I mean, it's just been born and the damn thing's mobile.
And it's flight or fight response, and it's flight because it knows it's vulnerable.
Yep, it's like, holla, and Ash is like, don't touch it, and you're like, wait, is Ash is saying don't touch it because he doesn't know what it's going to do? Hell no.
Oh, he's protecting it.
Yep. We don't know that, but he totally is. It's so fast, they have no idea where it went at all. And now they're just kind of looking at their co-worker with a big hole in his chest.
They give him that funeral at sea.
They do.
That we talked about in Covenant.
Yep. And so they give him burial at space, and it's like, well, let's go try to find that thing. Hey, it's Amanda here. Thank you for listening to my podcast. And if you don't mind, go on over to YouTube and Instagram and follow the podcast there. And that way you'll get alerted the next time an episode drops. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.